Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Volley session today. We have a lot of exciting things to go over with you. Today, joined by Scott and Peter to start with, and then Sam and Liza are going to share some updates in a little bit here regarding vMessage and a couple other exciting things that we'll be rolling out. So looks like we've got Scott in here now. Peter, he should be. I promoted him to panelist, and now he's. It looks like he got kicked off the Zoom. So we'll get him. Oh, there he is. We'll get Peter in here, and then we'll get this thing kicked off. So thanks so much for joining. I'll let Scott and Peter go over what they want to in a sec, but just to let you all know, as always, any questions you guys have as we go through, if you want to ask any follow-up questions of any of the things we go over, put them in the chat here on Zoom, or you can email me, jake@volley.com. Sorry, not the chat, but the Q&A section here on Zoom, or you can email me, and we'll be sure to get to as many questions as we can. We have a great session lined up today, a lot of great updates, and then we'll take the last 10 minutes or so and answer questions that come in. So with that said, we've got Scott and Peter on, and I'll go ahead and turn it over to them.
Hey, Jake. Hey, everybody. Thanks for coming. I don't know if a lot of you guys know Peter. Peter's one of our tech co-founders and will be a regular on this Volley session. We'll talk about that a bit. Hey, Peter.
Good morning, afternoon.
Good afternoon. So very excited to be here today. Excited to see so many of you guys on the show today. And just a couple things. I mean, 2023 was a great year. You know, we internally we said that was our year to grow up. We made major data changes in the back end, and we're SOC 2 compliant as well as quite a few other things. 2024 is going to be an even better year, and one of the things that we wanted to change was how we communicate with you guys. We need to do a better job. We're going to host these Volley sessions quarterly or as needed, and they'll be internal with the Volley team, talking about the new features we have coming out for the quarter. It'll be kind of a work in progress as we get our development cycle set. We have a great quarter this quarter rolling out, so we'll still continue to do the Volley rallies. Appreciate many of you who have hopped on it, and you know, the lucky ones who got to do it with Jake instead of me. We'll both continue to do that. So this will be a quarterly event. One thing that we wanted to talk about, Peter and I, before Liza and Sam get on to actually talk about what we're rolling out, the big things that we're doing, is our main goal to you. Our goal, our number one goal for Volley, is to provide value for you guys. So everything we do is going to be pointed towards that. Our mission is develop software people love to use. It makes it easy to communicate with their customers, and we have a lot of things along those lines that will make it easier for you guys to do that and continue to do so. Peter, what about our commitment to the customers? What's changed on your staff?
The big thing is that we've finally started to add the development resources, the members to our team that we need in order to keep up with our growth and the kind of unique nature of the support requests that come in for Volley once you're onboarded, et cetera. We have, in the last year, we've doubled our development staff. We are anticipating that in the next 18 months, we will double it again just to keep up. The pace at which we are being asked of new features, changes to existing features, and invariably and inevitably some bugs that get shipped and make it all the way out to production to resolve those, has never been higher, and we're committed to adding the people that we need in order to stay on top of it.
Yeah, and we're not going anywhere, are we, Peter?
No, there's a lot of buzz, and with NADA being just a few weeks away, there's always a lot of buzz around NADA about who's getting sold to who, and we're not in it for those reasons. we're in it for creating value in our customers. We're here to create value for our employees. And Scott and I have always taken the tack that we will take the long game and play the long game until it hurts us. So we're not going anywhere.
Hopefully that's good news. You know, we live in a world where most people's goals in business are the end. We love what we do. We feel privileged that we get to work with you guys, and we're excited. I hope if anyone's going to NADA, please reach out to me, Scott@volie.com, or call me 319-240-2743. Would love to meet up with you. Also, one of my key learnings from my customer visits last quarter are we're going to talk about a couple of those today. Sam and Liza will. I'm going to continue to make customer visits and watch you guys use it and see how we can make it a little bit better. If you guys are interested in having me out for a site visit, let me know. I'm going to do 4 of them in the first quarter at least, and definitely I'll make it a goal. If you guys want me to come, I'll get there in the next year for sure. But you know, as I can do these together, would love to hear what you guys have to say. You know, the good, the bad, hopefully not the ugly. Hopefully there's not too much of that, but I want to come out and see it. Maybe I'll even drag Jake along on a couple of these. I know you're kind of wanting to get to the good stuff, namely what Liza and Sam are going to go over. Peter, any sneak peeks for Q2 that you want to talk about?
Couple. The functionality that Sam and Liza will walk through today is directly related to a number of site visits that myself and the dev team did at a couple of our clients over the course of the last 6 months. What we saw some pretty high level advanced agent behavior that we didn't see among all the agents. We saw a very few incredibly talented young agents that had a work process that was unlike any of the others. And consequently, they were the most productive and the most successful agents. And so as we took that away as a team, what we tried to do is come up with a model that would allow your average agent to achieve those same level of behaviors. And so that's the big one that we'll roll out today. I won't steal any of Liza and Sam's thunder, but for those of you out there who let us come and crash your party, so to speak, we're truly appreciative of it. And we are also committed to doing more in the future. The 2 big things that were also a result of us meeting with our customers over the last 6 months, we are calling it Agent QI. Agent QI will be a blend of artificial intelligence as well as quality assurance, kind of good old meat and potatoes, quality assurance practices, listening to calls, auto transcribing calls, and then the ability to assign different grading rubrics based on the campaign, based on the dealership, based on the agent, based on the team. It'll be a very exciting way for you to get a handle on the quality of the calls and communications that your agents are making. And then the second one, and this one is a little bit embarrassing, we have a lot of our stores that use Volie as I'll say a co-equal to their phone system. And as such, they demanded a higher degree of flexibility in our IVR. So later on in Q2, we will be rolling out a much more advanced version of the IVR to allow you to use it more to your advantage to route calls more effectively before you even spend human time on them. So those are the 2 big ones. We've got some other partnerships that Scott will probably be announcing at the show or near the show. So I won't steal any of Scott's thunder for those. So we've got some exciting partnerships and integrations that we've been working on as well that Scott will kind of trot out there as we go through the show and the rest of the first quarter. So we're really excited. Again, totally committed to our customers. We wouldn't be here without the great ideas and feedback of our existing customers. And we are, like Scott said, we're committed to serving you. That we're having a lot of fun doing it, and we will continue to be great assimilators of your feedback. So we appreciate your business.
Yeah, Q2 is going to be a great show. Peter mentioned a couple of the ones that we have coming out. We have a lot of neat stuff coming your way. all based on suggestions you guys have made. Remember, you need anything, Scott@volley.com. Jake, you think people are sick of looking at Peter and I? Should we move on to Liza and
I
Sam?
think people definitely value to get to hear from you and Peter. We hear that a lot from our customers, that it's great to get time with Peter and Sam, and the dev team. It's great to hear from Scott. With that said, I think that we should go ahead and jump along to showcase vMessage and some of the other things that we have to show off today. But everyone join here to watch this new rollout, and let's show them the exciting stuff.
Yeah. Hey, remember, come see us at NADA, guys. Thank you. Have a good afternoon and weekend. We'll see you later.
Awesome. Thanks so much. And as Scott and Peter get back out of here, and then we bring in Sam and Liza, definitely want to reiterate the fact that we're very excited to bring you this new style of the Volie session, get in front of all of you directly, and let you all know what is going on, what we're rolling out, and have these quarterly updates with you all, and or as needed as they come up. But yeah, definitely excited. We want all of your feedback. Feel free to reach out to Scott or your CS team, and we're very excited about that. We're still going to keep doing the Volley rallies once a week, highlight some of the awesome vendor partners that we work with, and customer testimonials, and all of the other things that we've been putting out for the last year. But very excited about this new format here. So with that said, Sam and Liza, vMessage.
Yeah, no, thank you. I will really quickly introduce myself, and Sam, I think you should too, even though I think hopefully people know who we are. But I'm Liza. I'm the VP of our customer success team. So I'm really excited to be here today. I'm going to cover kind of some of the things that you may have seen already in the last couple of days, and then some things that you'll see coming up next week. Sam's going to share a few things that you have to look forward to, but Sam, do you want to say hey really quick?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. My name is Samuel Davis, and I don't know if I've been on a Volley session before, but for those of y'all who don't know me, I'm on the development team, and I'm a co-founder here at Volley. So very excited to be here. We're very excited about the things that we've got coming out, and as Scott said, it's 2024 is going to be an awesome year for us. So we've listened to you guys, and really our roadmap really reflects that. So we're very excited for you guys to see what we have today, and for you guys to see what's coming out the rest of the year. So
awesome. All right, I am going to share my screen. I'm going to start with a couple of things that have already been deployed. So if you go into your account, these first things that I'll start with are already live. Starting out, you guys, can you see my screen, right? You can see Volley, right?
Yes, we have your screen.
Okay, thank you.
I did remember to enable screen sharing this time, so we're good.
Good. That would have been a buzzkill if you couldn't see. But all right, so in the communication center, we added a new tab in this first column where you have customer information. A lot of you use the prospects info, dispositions. There's a new tab in here now for timeline. It's the customer timeline. So without doing any filtering at all, when I open up the timeline, it's showing me every single event that Volley knows about that pertains to this customer. So I can click into specific details. Beautiful. I can see what's going on any communications. There's also transaction history in here. So this customer has had a number of services. So at a quick glance, I can see what's going on in the BDC and what's going on at the store level for this particular customer. If I want to narrow my search, I can look just at communication events. So these would be things happening in the BDC. It narrowed my view now to calls, messages, emails to this customer. I can flip instead to transaction events. So appointments for this customer, service, sale history. You can choose to expand all. That's another option over here on the right-hand side. So you can At a glance, you can see all of the details for those particular services or sales. You can see the salesperson, the advisor, and then you can also collapse all. So we've already gotten really good feedback on the timeline. I think people really like being able to see those details at a glance. So check that out. That's live in there for you today. I'm going to switch over back to the customer contact info. A second new thing that's already been released has to do with text messaging. A lot of what we're talking about today has to do with text messaging. But I'm going to open up the text thread with this customer. I want to point out that we've added emoji support and also MMS. So emoji is going to be enabled by default in your accounts. You guys may have already seen that. If you click on the little happy face, you can access all of the emojis that you like to use. So you can send emojis back and forth with customers, but we can also support MMS now. So I sent this customer, I sent them a picture of a hot air balloon. They sent me back a video, which I'll download, and I'll just show you guys what that looks like. So I can download that to my computer. This is a demo, I think, of Sadie on our team. She's demoing like missed calls or something like that. So you can send that kind of media back and forth with your customers. If I wanted to send an attachment, I would just click on the little paperclip icon, and then it pulls up my browser, and I can select whatever media I want to send to my customer. So really simple to use. Emojis are there for you right now. If MMS is something that you are interested in, talk to your CS rep about that, and they can help you get that turned on if that's something that you'd like to utilize. One more thing, I'm going to stay on this screen and just kind of talk to you about it that you may have already seen, has to do with those SMS campaign deployment messages. So if you have an SMS campaign and you're utilizing your team to help deploy those messages, you might go in and schedule those messages so that your team, they pop up on the screen and your team uses the space bar to deploy those messages. Good news is that your team can now help out regardless of where they are in the communication center. So they don't have to be in the SMS section anymore. If they are in email, if they're in the call section of the communication center, so long as they're not actively on a phone call, that delivery of SMS messages can pop up on their screen and they can help you get those messages sent out. So that's new. We're hoping it just makes it a little bit easier, more efficient to get those messages out to your customers in a timely manner. So fewer kind of barriers to getting those out. Those are all things that you already have. So hopefully exciting. Our team, I'll say this again before I leave kind of thing, but we do have documentation on how to utilize these different tools. So we'll get that documentation out to you today, but if you have any questions on anything that you've seen so far, please reach out to your rep. These are all things that you guys can start using right away. So now I'm going to segue to things that will be coming up very soon. So we're going to do a deploy this weekend. So I'm going to show you some functionality that you'll start seeing next week. First thing, this is the big one. This is vMessage. So vMessage is accessible in two places. Your team can access vMessage in the communication center. It's just this very bottom icon. It's right underneath the customer search on that blue left-hand menu that they use to navigate the app. So vMessage for them is located at the very bottom. I'll show you in a few minutes the second place where you can access it, which is going to be through the live dashboard. So this is accessible for both, reps who are working out of the communication center, but it's also accessible to managers, which I think everybody's doing a standing ovation now, because I think manager access for text messages has been something that we've been asked for a lot. So starting with vMessage in the communication center, there's actually a toggle. Get used to these because these are popping up in a couple of different places in the app. So there's a toggle where you can switch between this vMessage view and a message search. So I'm actually going to cover the message search first. By default, this is showing me every single incoming or outgoing message that I have access to. So the orgs that I'm skilled for, I can see all of those incoming and outgoing messages from this kind of index, this search page. Cool things here. If I hover over this little eye icon in the body section, I can read what the text message says. So that's convenient. Just at a glance, I can see what's in there. I can see the status of the message. Was it successfully delivered? Was it not delivered? If it's an incoming message, has it been received, etc. And then additional thing to point out, now that we have the MMS, you have a little icon here that will indicate whether or not there was any media sent along with that message. You can narrow your search if you want, using the search menu up at the top. So I can do a search, for example, I'll look up myself here. I'm the only Liza typically in these places, so let's see what I can get. So these are the messages that I've sent back and forth to myself over the last couple of days. Me talking to myself here, but you can see you can filter those down a little bit more if you want to. So easy search option. If you need to utilize that, it's really simple. I'm going to flip back now to vMessage. There's a lot of functionality in here, so hang tight. So by default, right, it's showing me those same, think of it as those same messages, but now they're grouped into threads. So each of these boxes kind of represents a customer who we have, a conversation going with. So back and forth messages. Red beacon means that the customer was the last person to respond. If I quickly open up April's here, I can see I sent April a text as a rep in Volie. April, the customer, responded, but I haven't gotten back to her yet. So that's why I have that red beacon there. You also have some search functionality from this screen. Kind of same idea. You can narrow by a specific date range, by store, search for a specific customer, or this is kind of cool, you can search for any messages associated with a particular vehicle, a specific VIN. So that's helpful. Customers awaiting a response, that's going to be that red beacon. So you can filter specifically for those if you're coming in here and wanting to narrow your search that way. If I'm doing that, if I'm making that selection, I would suggest scroll down and you can sort them by most recent, meaning, who sent a text message into you most recently, or you can filter for longest waiting at the top. So these are people who responded to you a long time ago and you owe them a response. So you can use that as your filter. Versus the opposite option, you have customers who you sent a message to and they received your message, but they haven't responded to you yet. So if you want to try to nudge them again, if you want to ping them again, you can filter specifically for those messages. And then last checkbox here to talk about is if I want to specifically look for messages with customers who I have affinity with. So affinity is that setting that you can turn on the campaign level. We can set it up per disposition. If you want to look specifically at messages for those customers that you have affinity with, you can check that box. Come back out to just my general search. I actually want to pull up myself here. So why don't I do the same thing again so I can show you some details. Because now we're going to click into those specific customers. So here I am. When you find the specific message that you're looking for, or if you've used, if you're just going top to bottom, if you hover over a particular thread, you have a bunch of different options here. So I'm going to go through each one. First one is to open up the customer's profile. Cool. From here, I can still view that same timeline. This is the same customer we were looking at a minute ago. I have all of those tabs that I'm used to seeing in the communication center. So I can easily kind of do my research kind of thing to see what's going on with that customer before I make any communications. So that's opening up the profile. I can open up both inbox, meaning email, and soft phone, meaning text messages. So I can expand, these are email communications I've had with this customer. Here's that text thread we were looking at earlier. From both of these sections, you can re-engage. So if I wanted to send another email to this customer, I can reply on these email threads. I can re-engage on the text threads over here. I can send my emojis. So those are both of your options for re-engaging. That was open inbox and open soft phone. These last two options are disposition and then opening up a call. So I feel like you guys are going to be really excited about the call. But let's do disposition really quick. So if, you know, something happened on this customer's interaction where I need to submit a disposition for that particular message, that's where I can come in here and I can disposition that message. So maybe I'm scheduling an appointment. Maybe I pulled up that conversation and I need to reschedule the appointment that I had. I can easily do that from clicking on that disposition message button. I can jump right in and I can submit a disposition without having to go into manual mode, any of that stuff. Last option, so this is the phone call. So these scenarios I feel like come up all the time. I'm texting back and forth and the customer says, hey, what the heck, can you just call me? So now, easy button, you can just click that without going into manual mode, and you can pull up a call for that customer and you can call them straight from there. So lots of things that I just talked about, but that's all in that communication center view of vMessage. Sam, I wanted, I think, to give you an opportunity here after I talked through all of that. Do you want to take a second and maybe talk about how you envision, or, you know, what you guys had seen, how you picture people using this functionality?
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, as Peter alluded to earlier, we went on site to a couple different places in the last 6 months, and you know, kind of a reoccurring theme that we were seeing from a select number of agents was that they were working really hard to re-engage customers that may have, you know, not responded, or you know, they may have responded then not responded, and you know, they wanted to continue that follow-up back up with them. So you know, vMessage is, you know, basically enables a way that you can re-engage people who may have gone silent. You can follow up with people who maybe received your last message but haven't responded yet. And it's also just a really easy view to see the people who, you know, who are waiting on you guys, that you guys can just quickly just, you know, go down the list, you know, respond to all the customers and keep your guys's, you know, red beacons at a minimum. So it's just kind of an all-in-one place where you can work across all the different communication channels to, you know, to better engage with the customers. So, and that was, you know, that was really a reoccurring theme, like I said, that we saw as we went to a few different locations. So.
Yeah, for sure. And I would say, you know, once we release this and as your team starts to dig in, you know, talk to your Volie rep. I think we'll definitely have recommendations on best practices and how you can kind of fully harness the power and all of the functionality with vMessage. So we're excited. We're excited for you guys to dig in. That's everything I believe that I had for the communication center. So I'm going to pull up now to my third tab, the live dash. So I talked about having a manager view.
Eliza, before you get to that, just want to reiterate for everyone on any questions that you have on this stuff. We're going to take the last 10 minutes here before we hop off. If there's any questions in particular you have relating to vMessage, you know, how you can you know, reach out to those customers and stuff, or anything else that we're going over, definitely get those in the Q&A here. We've already had a couple come in, and I want to make sure to address those as they come in. So anything with that, put them in, and okay, Eliza, let's keep going.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, so manager access, right? Manager, you know, the ability to kind of see what's going on and then intervene when you need to. So 2 new pages, I'll call them, on the live dashboard that I'm going to cover today. Here's that toggle again, right? So you guys may have already seen that in the live dash, but that's a small win. So I'm going to talk about it, but you know, switching to the toggle here gives you just a little bit of extra real estate. I know a lot of the stores that we go to have the live dash open on a TV somewhere. So I think without having those extra banners up at the top, you know, you can get a little bit more visibility to this agent section at the bottom of the screen. So toggle up here, 2 new pages that I'll show on this demo are the message dashboard and then vMessage for the manager view. These 2 screens together, message dashboard and vMessage, are actually going to replace what you had used historically, which was the message screen. And you're gonna like them a lot more. There's a lot more functionality in these screens. So, you know, let us walk you through them, but those are the 2 that I'm going to cover today. So I'm going to start with the message dashboard. And right as I pull it up, I want to give Sam a chance to talk about this as well. We've kind of changed the layout a little bit. So Sam, do you want to talk about the modular views and why we like those?
Yeah, so we've, from feedback that we've received and kind of just, taking a look back over our reporting, I guess, maybe some of the dashboards, are better in this way, but a lot of our reports are very, Excel looking in a sense. So, one of our, things that we're going to be focusing on in 2024 is to be kind of upgrading some of our existing dashboards, such as the appointment dashboard and lead dashboard, to have a kind of a front end view that we're kind of calling modular, where it's more like this, where it's kind of high level stats that you can then dig into. And so this is kind of a new approach that we're going to be taking with a lot of things moving forward. We're really, really excited about it. So, but the modular view here for the message dashboard, you've got a lot of different things, right in your face here that you can see. First and foremost, you've got the total number of messages that are waiting, your average waiting time, how many of those waiting messages are from today. And you can even see your longest holding messages here. And if a manager needs to step in and respond to them, on the spot, they can do that via that soft phone or that little cell phone icon next to the customer. So they can just jump right in and respond. They can take care of that customer if for whatever reason, the BDC is not getting to it. And then on the right-hand side there, you've got, kind of some other high-level stats regarding inbound messages, and then kind of some response rates. So you can see how many messages you've sent today as a center, what your delivery percentage was, and how many messages you've responded to, and what that average response time was. And then, these next numbers, we've also never had these numbers before, so we're really excited to get these out there and to get some feedback from you guys. But, how many people replied to follow-ups? How many appointments were set from those messages? So, there's a lot of information to take away here, and we're really excited for y'all to get your hands on it. So, but I'll let Liza keep going as she scrolls down the page.
Yeah, and the CS team has kind of had this sneak peek for about a week or so. So we've been able to peek into accounts and see these numbers for everyone. So we're excited for you guys to be able to see it. I think this is our demo instance. I always pull up our demo instance, which is, can be 50-50. So sometimes we look really good in our demo instance because we're only ever in there when we're demoing, but we are very bad at responding to our own text messages. So our response time is, hopefully you guys can, I think, all beat us there, because we're not great when it comes to that. But scrolling down, Sam kind of covered these first couple of boxes. So next section, I'm calling this just an hour by hour line graph. So a couple of different metrics that are tracked here. So you can see, really similar to like the home dash, you can see hour by hour, what your incoming, outgoing messages have looked like. And then the bottom module, kind of at the bottom of the screen, you have that breakdown per agent. So the assigned conversations, same as what you would have had on the existing message screen in the live dash. So same functionality here, same icon that Sam mentioned up above. I can use this to click in and open up a particular conversation that my rep is working on if it looks like they're stuck, whatever the situation is. So this is kind of, if you remember, that's what this is the functionality that you had in the message screen that exists today. So obviously you get a lot more just in this message dashboard, but wait, there's more because we haven't looked at vMessage yet. So this is that message dashboard. I would come here, essentially I'm coming here to look at these metrics up at the top, and then just to spot check my team, what they're currently working on. Do they need help with anything? But I will bet that you guys are going to use the vMessage view from the manager screen from the live dashboard a lot as well. Really similar. I'm not going to go through everything because the functionality is essentially the same, except that just note here, in order to submit a disposition or call, you do actually have to be in the communication center. So from the live dashboard, from the manager view, you can still open up the profile. You can read all of their emails back and forth. You can re-engage on the emails. You can read the back and forth text messages, and you can re-engage from there. So the only difference is that, in the communication center, you have the ability to submit a disposition and to make a phone call. Other than that, same search options, same message search, that whole index, all of that, just rewind this tape 5 minutes. It's the same functionality from the manager view. Sam, I think I skipped over. I wanted to give you a chance to talk about some of these metrics, because I know people are, like you had mentioned, people are going to be really excited about response time and things like that. I guess any extra notes or things that you're thinking about for these metrics?
Yeah, I mean, I know, there's probably going to be, a lot of people that are going to want to see these, these data points historically. And we've got lots of great reporting updates that we'll kind of cover at the end of this session here. But, like Scott said, we've got a really, really big roadmap that's really been drawn up by feedback from our customers. And kind of one of those, really reoccurring feedbacks was, reporting. So, that's really important to us, and we're really excited about that. So please stay tuned, and we think you guys will be excited about what's coming.
Yeah. This kind of brings my section to a close. So I hope everyone's really excited. I know you guys are, because we've been talking about this for the last 2 weeks or so. We really can't wait to turn them over to everyone. Keep an eye out. This is my reminder. We're going to be sending out training materials today via email. So watch your email for that. You can start to prep your team for the new functionality. If you have any questions at all, please reach out to your rep, to Art, to my team. Also, if you have any great ideas, I think Peter said it, Sam has said it, almost all of our good ideas come from you guys. So please, feel free to share those. But I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and Sam, I'm going to let you share the upcoming items that we have.
Yeah, so the rest of Q1, we're really excited about, and there's still a lot of great things that are going to be coming out that you guys will definitely be able to take advantage of. So, still on that live dashboard, a long requested screen, calls tab, where you'll be able to barge and listen to the phone calls, and you'll be able to coach as well. So, coaching will be basically where it's kind of a third option, where a manager can join a call and they can speak to the agent, but the customer leg of that phone call will not hear the manager speak. So kind of a new level of barging into these phone calls, and we're just really excited. So that's coming out here in Q1, and we'll definitely keep you guys posted. The calls tab will have a similar modular look to it. Of course, different call stats instead of message stats, but kind of a similar look and feel as is going to become a theme with all of our dashboards moving forward. So look forward to that. As I kind of mentioned before, we're going to be upgrading some of our existing dashboards, like the lead and appointment dashboard, with also, you guessed it, those modular views. So look forward to that. And then the last three things are kind of part of that big reporting push The first two are new reports. There's going to be an ROI report, and in the communication center, there'll be an agent report, and agents will be actually able to see their progress and see how they're stacking up with their goals and things like that. And I just alluded to the third thing, which is goals. So we're super excited to be releasing goals. Goals is something that we've been, that we've thought about for a while, and we're just super excited to be getting it into the platform. So with goals, you're going to be able to set account level, organization level, campaign level, team level, and user level goals, where these can be tracked daily, monthly, quarterly, yearly. And, so you can set aggressive goals for users. You can set everyone to have the same goals. And you can just see how they're doing, and that'll be a view that'll be a part of a dashboard of some sort. So as well as that agent report in the call screen, so in the communication center. So, some of the goals that you'll be able to track will be, how many outbound calls the users made, how many inbound calls they've taken, how many emails and text messages they've sent. You'll be able to, check, you'll be able to track, like, what was my drop rate at the end of the day? What was my show percentage, and different things like that. And there's more than that, but that's kind of just some of them off the bat. But like Liza said, we know once you guys get your hands on it, you guys will have some great ideas for some additional goals. So if you guys have any more things that you guys would like to be able to set goals upon and track, please reach out to your Volie rep, and we'll definitely get that on the roadmap for you guys. So we're really excited for you guys to use that and to be able to see that activity wheel, as they're called. So should be an exciting Q1. Go ahead, Liza.
I'm talking telepathically through my computer to a few people who I think that they'll know who they are, but the couple of things that Sam just mentioned, I know people are going to be really, really excited about. So he said, listen and barge and whisper, so that's huge. I know people are really, really excited about that. Reps being able to look back at their own metrics over a period of time, big one. The ROI reports has been, that's something that's been on our radar, and the goals, obviously. So just want to say, I know, we, like our team, we get to hear, all of the different ways that people use Volie. So I know, I guess Sam and Jake, I know that there's people on the other end of the call who are probably jumping up and down. So we're really happy.
Yeah, I agree completely. And I think, Liza, that's one of the points to all of you that Scott said it, Peter said it, Sam said it, Liza just kind of said it. I mean, everything that we're doing here is based off of your guys' feedback. And, we want to keep growing the platform in ways that will make you all very excited. Sam, was there anything else that you had to go over with everybody? And you can say no. You just didn't want to cut you off if you had more to say.
No, I think that's that. I mean, that was the agenda that Liza and I wrote up. But I think, I guess just to summarize, we're super excited. We can't wait for y'all to get your hands on it, and we would love to get some feedback and make it as good as possible. So we're just really excited.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, guys. I hope you're all very, very excited about this. Let's go ahead and get to some questions that have come in. Again, put any other questions that you have. We've had quite a few come in through the Q&A. And then, you can also email me, and we'll get to those here. I'm going to bring Scott back in here, and the four of us will take some questions, and we'll get to as many as we can, before we wrap up here. And if there's any others that come in, we'll be sure to address those too. But one of these I'll just take right here. Someone asked, can we get a copy of today's presentation? Absolutely. This is going to be posted on our YouTube channel. If you don't have that, go to YouTube and search for Volie. You can find us. Be sure to subscribe to our channel to get all of our weekly content that we push, as well as all of the recordings of these Volie sessions will be on there as well. And or you can reach out to your to your rep, and they'll get you that link too. So Okay, let's go ahead and get this. Looks like we've got Scott back in here. So this question came in when we were talking about MMS. So someone had asked, Peter had asked, what media are people sending? What's the motivation for MMS? So whoever wants to take that, don't all jump in at once.
That's fine. You know,
Go ahead, Liza. Oh, sorry, Sam.
or no, Liza, you can go.
We didn't practice the QA.
Yeah, right, clearly.
Showing up.
Okay, I'll start and then you guys can
Yeah.
add too. So I picture this a lot, definitely on the sales side, right? Customers and your rep sending images of vehicles back and forth. I don't know if also, on the service side, if that ever happens, if sending an image of a vehicle, that's what I'm picturing is, customers sending in maybe images of their own vehicle or rep sending back, an image of inventory, things like that.
Yeah, on top of that, it's not as common in service BDC, but I was in a store last week that was pretty excited because they are sending coupons that they're running. And so that's maybe another way people would use it.
Yeah, and a couple other ways. A customer could send in a picture of their odometer, which I guess is kind of a more specific picture, but they could send a picture of their lien release, and they can, we've even heard people before, having service advisors or sales managers sending videos of themselves talking, like a welcome video or a hello video or a thank you for servicing with us video. We've gotten that feedback on several occasions as well. And with the MMS, all the standard file types are supported. So, you can send, pictures, videos, PDFs, MP3s, etc. So, hopefully it'll be a pretty useful feature for y'all.
And another one that someone had posted in here, one of our customers, and how they use it for service for recall notices. They'll take a picture of that actual notice and send that out to customers too. So a lot of different ways that you can utilize MMS to communicate in even more ways with your customers. So, okay, let's go ahead. Next one, with the ability to make a call directly from vMessage without going into manual mode, will that call also show in the communication history, and will that call count as an attempt? So that's two questions, probably for Sam.
Great question. So yes, and yes, caveated. So yes, all of these calls will show up in the communication history. They basically count as manual mode calls, the same way manual mode does as far as the attempt count. So if a customer is in the middle of a cadence of a phone call attempt, if it's a 3 attempt campaign and they've had 1 attempt and you go in manual mode, for example, then it would count as attempt 2 of that current enrollment, similar to how an inbound call does and similar to how a manual mode call does today. If a customer is not actively in an outbound phone call cadence, then they'd be re-enrolled for a single one and done attempt. But either way, they would all show up in that communication history and tracked the same way that standard manual mode and inbound calls are.
Awesome. Okay. This next one, going back to MMS for a sec. Will we be able to send YouTube instruction videos, for example, a how-to video? Sam?
Can you send YouTube instruction, like a YouTube link in the
Well,
text?
just to ask it in two ways then for Lizzie's question here. Can you send it as a link, and can you embed the actual video into the text? Like Liza had said earlier when she showed, there was a video that had been sent from the customer to her. Can you send videos? Can you send a link of the video?
Sure.
How can the teams get those out?
Sure. Yeah, you can send the link of the YouTube video as a text message. And yes, you can also attach the video to the message as well.
Awesome. Okay. Next one. Are BDC reps going to be able to listen to a phone call recording, or is it only available to managers? Liza, you want to take that one?
I do. I'm glad this was asked because I feel like I should have shown that and I didn't show that. So yes is the answer. In that timeline feature, there's a little box for the recording. They can also download the recording. So this particular inbound call was a dropped call. So if the customer left a message, I can listen to that. Here's April setting an appointment. So yes, they can, in that timeline feature, they can listen to and download the recordings of the calls.
Awesome. Definitely glad, it's one of those examples of everyone is paying attention and has different ways to, all the feedback and that's why we're doing this today. Okay, another question here. This one was relating to the live dashboard. What is the time interval for the metrics on that report? Is it today, past 7 days, etc.? What is that?
The ROI report will be, you'll have the ability to select a date range, and there'll be trends and other things that you'll be able to compare. The kind of the base view of the report will be monthly, but you'll be able to change those date ranges based on what you're looking for.
The live dashboard, the message dashboard within the live dashboard is today's metrics, correct?
Oh, sorry, I read it as ROI report. Correct, yes. The live dashboard, the time interval on the live dashboard, I'm sorry, I apologize. On the live dashboard and the message dashboard part, those are today, with the exception of that waiting section. That's historical. That's your like actual unresponded to messages. So you've got your unresponded to messages and then how many of those came in today, which that is from today. And then your, the right-hand columns that has your incoming stats and your outgoing stats and things like that. That's all from today. Correct.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so Scott, is there a possibility to have a monthly dev/tech session, please? This Olivia asked.
I'm not 100% certain what that is. I think
I think she's asking, can we do these sessions more often than once a quarter?
Okay. Well, this is our first one, so we add about 3 times more people than we've ever had. So we will have to. I guess we'll talk about it. That's a good thought. So
awesome.
Okay. Really, and I'm listening to Sam. Some of these answers, Liza probably knew the answer. I was kind of wondering on a couple of these things as well.
Yeah, we definitely want to do these as often, at least once a quarter to get this news to you guys. But maybe there's a need to do it more often, and we'll take the feedback from all of you, and we'll, like Scott said, this is the first one we're doing, so pretty exciting. Okay, so back to the prior question about agents being able to listen to calls. Someone had asked a follow-up question. Can we turn that feature off so it's only available to managers? Sam?
It's not available today, but we can release an update to make it so it's configurable to be turned off.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that, and really we'll make that a setting. That's a good idea.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Scott, I think this one would be good for you. From Jose, any conversations on possibly getting an auto reply SMS, for example, when a missed call occurs?
Jose, you just kind of tossed me a softball. We do have a couple of projects in the works for this year along those lines. Maybe some smart autoresponder answers. Not in this quarter or next, but we've talked about that coming up. So.
Okay, next question. Will the ROI report and the goals have KPIs based on best practices?
We're gonna set what we think the base or the standards are, just normal best practices, but you guys will be able to modify them for your operation. On top of that, Liza's team has rolled out their agent weekly scorecard and will help you benchmark against these top levels too. So really, if it were me, and let's pretend that Sam and I are in the same BDC and Liza, and Sam and I are awesome, and Liza's barely hanging on. Maybe we want to make very easy goals for Liza, and so you might want to do that. But we'll start them off with some benchmark levels.
Yeah,
You know,
and the
as
goals
that
are
joke.
super,
Oh, sorry, Sam, go ahead.
and
I was
the
going to
goals
make a
are
joke.
super
So.
easily, the goals are super easy to reconfigure. So we didn't show it today, but there's an admin dashboard or admin screen where you can easily reconfigure, edit, and even remove goals that you no longer care about. So
Mhm.
if you set some goals for February, let's just say, and then they're too hard and people everyone isn't reaching them, then you can lower them or adjust them for March. And like I said earlier, goals can be monthly, daily, quarterly, weekly, and yearly. So and we're launching with 15 different goal types that you guys can track. I can quickly read them out loud.
No, Sam, we're down to just a few minutes, so
Okay,
we
well,
need to save that for Liza's team to update.
okay, good point. So should be very configurable.
Okay. Another question here. Any plans for, and all for what it's worth, we've gotten, I mean, a lot of questions. I think there's more than we're going to be able to get to before the end of the hour. So thank you guys so much. Any plans for custom build reports where we can build our own reports? Sam?
No, I got this one.
Okay, Scott?
Yes, and it's possibly one of our main tasks that we're going to start in April. Possibly. We've learned from you guys that you guys want to build your own.
Will agents be able to see their total text sent daily?
Yes. In the agent report in the communication center, they'll be able to see that their goals that the managers have set, which there is another question if managers can modify them. How do they determine to make them a realistic goal? You can just based on the reporting and other things that you're looking at day to day and week to week and month to month. If you see that someone is consistently not reaching a goal, you can lower their goals. As Scott said, we've kind of set baseline goals that'll be launched with this release, but you guys can lower them or raise them to your based on how you guys see fit. But in that agent report in the communication center, they'll be able to see their goals as well as all of their stats, so including text messages sent.
I'll take the one you're going to ask, Jacob.
Okay. Someone had asked, you can't send PPI in text as that's not secure, correct?
No, I'm not a compliance attorney, but when we talk about compliance, the things that are sent back and forth, it depends. I mean, the real answer on that is it depends. If you're having a one-to-one communication with the customer and they're exchanging information, that's one thing, and it's held in the Volie platform. It would be a big no-no for you're talking PII, a big no-no to send other communication through that or really any other method in your platform. I did want to point out though, along compliance, we did turn on 2FA last late summer. We did not require it for our customers to do it, but our insurance required that we do it and we use it. It's very easy, simple. If you guys have not turned it on, as it was an option, I would get that turned on. The other thing along the lines of compliance, this summer we had the GLBA data handling requirements and such. We're up to date on those, and we now include an agreement with all new Volie customers. It's a very fair two-sided agreement. If your dealership hasn't instituted that, I can talk to them about what we did. We can share that. Certainly, if if you have any questions, reach out to me. So.
Okay, I think we got to go ahead and wrap it up. There's still quite a few questions, Liza. I'll make sure that you have those and can run them down to get those answered. Scott, you wanted to go ahead and close things out here.
No, I did cover what I wanted to. I did want to say thank you for all the questions. Jose, that answer would be in a way, yes. We are working on that, though. We've had a lot of questions we didn't get to as far as integrations. We have lots of good things there. The vMessage, we hope you guys like it. Our goal is always to make it easy to communicate with the customers. We're going to take this version 1 of vMessage, and we've got more plans for that. It'll be great. Once again, please reach out to us. Sam, Liza, and I will be at NADA. Jacob has his first child he's expecting. He won't be at NADA. Reach out to any of us, though. Otherwise, we'd love to see you guys. And yeah, that's it. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thanks so much for joining us. We'll look to see you guys soon. We'll keep you updated on future sessions. Again, this will be posted on YouTube. So definitely check out that if you guys want to rewatch this or ask any other questions in the comments. Liza's team will address the remaining questions with you individually as they've come in. And thank you all so much for joining us. Really, really appreciate and value the time with you all, and have a fantastic day.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Yeah.